All right, shalom, shalom, brother Randy here. Wanted to do a quick update. Number one, one of the last sheep. I think I got one more sheep that's to give birth. This is the last one that gave birth, and she gave birth to two males. Wanted two females, but hey, that's what the blessing, that's what the increase is. So I think I just have one more birth to take place, and then I'll be done with this cycle and getting ready in the next 2 months for the next cycle. But it's interesting because it's February 25th, and I've been out here for 2 years now. 2 years now being out here. Getting out of the suburbs, forsaking all, and now, living this thing. And I tell you, man, after 2 years going into the third year, I mean, it's been challenging, but man, it has been nothing but a blessing, and the direction and the understanding continues to come in, but the increase continues to take place. And there's going to be challenges when you make this kind of change. And one of the biggest challenges that you're going to experience is jealousy and envy. One of the biggest things that I've seen personally that has to be dealt with is jealousy and envy. Because see, when you become a doer, when you start making moves, there's going to be people out there that are going to be envious of you because of what you're doing. And it's a sad thing. It is really a sad thing that you're going to experience this. But this is something that I've never really talked about, but it's important to talk about. I've had brethren call me up or even point out where other people who say that they're your brother will talk about you. Will talk about you in a negative light. And it's amazing how, I don't know these people. I've never fellowship with these people. Or some of them or whatever. But the idea is that they'll talk negatively about you. And Pastor once did a feast day and said, if you hear somebody talking about somebody, call that brother up and let that brother know that those people are talking about him. And sure enough, a brother came up to me and said, them brothers over there talking about you. Now, the brother watching this video, he knows who he is. And there's a lot of people that's come up to me and said, you know what? These cats are talking about you. These cats are talking about you. And I know they're talking about me because I see it in their eyes. Now, the idea is that it's not important, because I really don't give too much place, because when I look at their lives, there's nothing that I'm impressed about. They're not really doing anything that you would want to follow in your life. There's nothing that they're doing in their lives that you would want to emulate when you look at their lives. They're an example of no one. So, and overall, I can really give a shit less about what people think about me. I have no emotional registration whatsoever to what somebody else thinks about me. It doesn't register with my spirit at all. But unfortunately, you have people that, they'll talk about you, and they'll continue to talk about you, and they think that this is phasing you or whatever. And these messages get back to me all the time. I got brethren from all over. You know what I'm saying? Let me know. Let me know. You know what I'm saying? These cats, they're talking about you, or this is the spirit that's in the air on these people with regards to you. Now, again, I really don't give a shit, you know what I'm saying, that you talk or whatever, and that's not a problem. However, we're dealing with situations where, you know what I'm saying, if you have a fault with your brother, right, you're supposed to approach your brother in a spirit of meekness so that you may restore him, right? So if I have an issue or I have a challenge, you can give me a call and you can say, brother, you know what I'm saying, this is what's going on or whatever, you know what I'm saying, this is where you're falling short of this, that, and the third. But you know what these people do? Instead of doing that, right? Instead of doing that, they attack you and then they start talking to other people about you. That's what they do. And now this is not anywhere in the scriptures, because if you have a fault with your brother, if you see your brother falling short on something, you're supposed to call up your brother and him alone. You're not supposed to be going to other people and talking about that brother to other people. And this is exactly what we're having here. And see, people fail to see this aspect of it. See, if somebody has an issue, I know who talks about me. I know who's envious and jealous of me. I know who they are. But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? They don't get out in public forums and they don't talk about me or this and third or whatever. They may whisper, and I don't give a shit about that small time whispering. I can give a shit. But when you start bringing me out in public forums and stuff or whatever and trying to make a name for yourself or this and the third, this is where I have a challenge, and this is where I rise up, because at the end of the day, these people, I mean, they don't register with me. I mean, don't mistake, people's like, oh, you angry. No, I'm not angry at all. Life is beautiful. When it comes to any aspect of the life, or when it comes to the increase in family of a polygyny, or when it comes to the increase in flock, or when it comes to increase in brethren, or when it comes to the increase in crops, or when it comes to increase in opportunities, or when it comes to increase in building materials, the Most High is blessing on all aspects. And it's a beautiful thing. And I'm going to show it to you, and I'm going to be open as I always am, showing you these increases, showing you in function what it means to get these blessings and to live these blessings. But you got to put your hand to the plow, and you got to put your hand to the work. So the idea is that I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect. If anybody has an issue with me, they can always call me up in the spirit of meekness and say, hey, brother, let's have a sit down or whatever, and let's hash things out and work things out. But they don't do that. See, they don't do that because the intent is to break down. The intent is to destroy. The intent is not to lift up. The intent is to tear down. You see what I'm saying? And so this is the problem that we're having across all of these places, because there's too much envy, there's too much jealousy, there's too much strife, there's too much underhandedness going on that's all flying all under the radar. And nobody's not saying anything about it, but this is a major problem that we're experiencing today. A major problem. I'm out here living a separate, set-apart life, trying to build a little homestead and community with fellow like-minded brothers that get it. That's all I'm trying to do. And that's all I'm going to do. Nothing else matters. Nothing else concerns me. So with these people, whoever it may be, if they want to attack me, if they want to slander me, if they want to call me names of this and the third, let them. It's not going to stop the project plan. It's not going to stop it's not going to stop anything. As a matter of fact, you know what it's going to do? It's going to encourage, and it's going to bolster the plan. See, all you got to do is find out how to turn negative energy into positive energy and work it for you and not against you. You see? Because see, at the end of the day, I don't want to be no enemies with nobody. I don't want no beef or no strife with nobody. But when they bring it to you, you bring it right back. You see? And so the idea is that as we go into year 3 here, there's going to be a lot of beautiful things that's going to be taking place. There's going to be a lot of increases that's going to be taking place. And I'm going to be open about those increases, and I'm going to share them with you. No time. And at this time that we're living in this country, with all of this shit that's going to be going on, the last thing that we need is people that's full of envy and strife, talking about people, slandering people, talking about people behind their backs. If you got something to say to me, you call me up, you text me, we work it out. Like men. That's how you do it. That's how you work it out. Not, you know what I'm saying, taking it to, it's supposed to be between, if I have an alt with my brother, it's between me and him alone. So why is it a third and fourth and fifth party knows about it? Why is that? If it's supposed to be between my brother and my brother's supposed to be restoring me, if that's the case. But this is never how this stuff is handled. It's never how it's handled, because it should be dead dear. I don't respond to anything unless it's publicly stated. And I will never respond to anything unless it's publicly stated. Because I ain't got time for all of the dumb shit. If somebody want to talk, let them talk. If somebody has it, let them. I really don't care. I don't care whatsoever. Because they have no effect, indirectly or directly, on the objective. And the objective is to live a simple, set-apart life with like-minded people. That's the objective. That's the objective. That's the goal. So all of this stuff, you know what I'm saying, it's a sad thing, but this is something that you're just going to have to deal with. I don't care what they say about me. They have no effect on me whatsoever. And they shouldn't have no effect on you. Because if anything they're doing is extracting from your life and they're not adding any value to it. Why would you want to listen to be bothered with somebody that adds nothing or add no value or whatever to your life and do nothing but extract from you? That fleece you. Are you serious? Focus on a plan. Focus on what you need to do to get around like-minded people and to live a simple and set apart life, a sustainable life where you're not dependent on this system. Because I can speak, because I'm not dependent on any of these people. Never have, never will be. So you stay encouraged, you stay committed, and you get it done. And if you don't like what I'm saying, unsubscribe to the page. Unsubscribe. Don't listen anymore. That's what I do. If I don't like what somebody's saying, or if I don't agree with what somebody's saying, unsubscribe, go on about my way. Tune them out. Continue. And I suggest that you do the same thing. Shalom.